Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold label Superman. Is it true that they're adding a new platinum that's like red platinum or something like that? Like, come on, Todd, don't do that, if that's what you're doing. This is the Superman Action Comics version. I just stumbled across this at Walmart. I didn't even know it existed. So I picked it up. I thought, well, that's an interesting look for Superman from Todd, because he's made a lot of really bad Supermans. And maybe this one's okay. And in some ways it is. And in other ways it isn't. So we're going to do a quick review. There's actually, well, it might not be that quick. We'll see. Okay, let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. I do like their packaging. Even the gold label thing, it looks nice. The whole idea of all these different labels that they make, it's just ridiculous. I don't understand why Todd's doing it. It makes no sense. It's just making it hard for collectors. It doesn't serve their company anything. They don't make more money. The only people making money are the people stocking the shelves and picking up the hard-to-find figures and putting them on eBay. And if it's people picking them up, that doesn't bother me. I don't care. If you go to the store and you want to resell something, knock yourself out. Everybody has a fair chance. But I don't think that's happening. At least for me, I've never seen like most of the gold or platinum figures that are hard to find. I've never seen anything like them at the stores at all. So it's weird. But whatever. I don't like it. Let me know what you guys think about that. Packaging is good though. Okay, usual packaging. Now, this guy. Question of the day. Two questions of the day. Which color scheme for Superman is your favorite? You can't say black. If you like black, fine, but pick a different one. As far as the classic red and blue, do you like the light blue? Do you like the dark blue? What do you like? And then this question is even more interesting to me. Do you like the logo on the cape? I personally don't. I've never thought it made sense for him to have his logo on his cape and his chest. It just seemed weird. And I don't care for it. But I know a lot of people are like diehard, we need the logo on the cape. So let me know what you guys think about that. Alright, so this figure, unfortunately it reuses a lot of parts that aren't very good parts. Now, they're not the worst looking parts, so if you want to get this and never get too close to it and put it on your shelf, I'm going to tell you right now, this might be the best looking Superman they've released. Just put him in like this kind of pose here. You know, something like he's flying on a stand. Throw him on a stand. I'm just doing a real quick one here to give you the idea. Just stick him on your shelf, give his cape a little whoosh, and there you go. That's a decent looking Superman from a distance. Maybe the best. I like the dark blue personally. I like the bright red. I don't think it's red enough. There's way too much yellow in the red. For the trunks, the boots, and the cape. They are borderline orange. I say borderline, so I guess that's fair. It's just, there's way too much yellow in the red. It should be more of a crimson-y color. But then again, we have this, which also looks very orange. But Action Comics, is he oranger in those? I don't know. You guys can let me know. I'm not a Superman aficionado at all. He's not even on my top 20 characters, probably. No, he's definitely not. So yeah, maybe there's an orangier version, so that's fine. But here's the interesting thing I found. Or I found it interesting, I guess I should say, it's a metallic logo for the S, and I think that's super good looking. I don't know that it should be metallic, really. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but on the figure, it really, really pops. It looks great, and the execution is sublime. There's a black line going around it. I don't know if that's intentional, but that looks nice. It's kind of hard to notice. It's really clean, and on that dark blue, it looks great. And that's also the best Superman head they've done. I'm pretty sure they've done this one before, but it's really, really good. The hair has a little bit of blue in it. The face has a little bit of blushing going on. The paint job is clean. That's an excellent Superman head. I know people always want him smiling, but if you're only going to get one, this is fine. It's a really good general idea for a Superman figure, if you ask me. The downsides would be the sculpt, and since we're still doing the aesthetic, we have to talk about that. He has some details on here that I don't like. We have the tactical paneling going on, which is weird. It's only right there. And then we have these guys right here. And I think that kills the look of the figure if you're looking too close. Like I said, put him farther away and you'll be okay. But it's just weird that we have those features on this. I don't think he should have those. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's fine. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe there's some version of him where we have these extra details that don't match anything else. That's okay, I guess. The belt is painted well enough. And then the sculpt. It's the older body mostly that has these really potato-y looking legs. They're so skinny and misshapen, and the knees look atrocious, and they don't match the plastic, and it's really unfortunate that he's got these little spindly legs. The upper torso doesn't really match the lower torso in terms of the physique, but he's pretty broad, so at least that helps the profile, the silhouette. The arms, we have single jointed elbows. It's not a terrible sculpt, but he does look a little sinewy in the arms. The biceps, well, the problem is the biceps are extended. So when you pose him bent, it looks weird because the biceps are really, really long there and not bulging at all. So it's a weird look. It looks great if his arms are straight. Like if he's trying to flex his arms straight out, it's fine. But it's just a little bit weird to pose him that way. More often than not, action figures are posed. At least some, so I think you're better off sculpting at least in the middle in terms of the extension or flexing. So there's that. But yeah, generally, it's a pretty darn good looking figure if you don't get too close. That's a key thing. The cape, they didn't use that crappy material they've been using for Batman, so I like that. And then the wire helps, and it attaches well to the body. So aesthetically, it's pretty good for being a bad mold. For having a lot of bad things. Like, the legs are just so weird looking. It looks great from a distance. So I have to give it a decent score of, if you're able to look past the problems, 8. If you're going to notice those problems for sure, it's lower. Like some parts are a 6, we'll say 7. You're going to have to pick your own number on that. It's a weird combination of really good and really bad all at the same time. And a lot of these are like the first Superman figures that he released. These parts are from that. So it's a little bit weird, but obviously there are some new ones per the cape. So accessory-wise, you get the 2 little stumpy hands, and so you get a gripping hand, a fist hand, and then 2 open hands. Just 2 fist hands, thanks. Just 2 fist hands for Superman, or maybe the flying hand, you know, the karate chop type thing. You get the display stand, which is, they're garbage. It's better than nothing, I guess, but it's pretty garbage. And then the card. I'm doing 5 out of 10. Not having 2 fist hands is just nuts for Superman, so that blows. Alright, for posability. Let's see what we can see here. Can we go brighter? It's always... whatever. Everything's like always right in between if it's too bright or not bright enough. Which would actually sounds like it would be in the right spot. Whatever. I need to get more sleep. Okay, so the head works well enough. It's not the best head. It's a double ball peg. It works. You'll be okay. It's fine. It's not the best. The cape does connect in here with the wires. It's one of the best capes, honestly, at this scale. That I've seen. It's one of the best, for sure. It connects well to the body. The wires work properly. The cape is the right material. It's the slightly stretchy material that actually drapes well at this scale and has good scaling for the texture. Easily one of the best capes at this scale, by far, without a doubt. At this price point, of course, you might find something better on it, like a Mezco. I don't know if their capes are good. I assume they are. But it's a good one for sure, so that's cool. For the shoulders, his butterfly ball socket it's so stuck. And I might be able to crack it open, but I'm able to just manhandle it to make it work. So it does work at least, so that's alright. And then of course the shoulder does work too, so you're going to get your full rotation and everything. There's a lot of lube on this guy. It's weird that he's lubed up and also the shoulder doesn't work. So yeah, they still have the shoulder sculpted, or the bicep sculpted into the shoulder. You see that nubbin where it's real shiny? That's actually the top of the bicep sculpt, because whoever sculpted this cut it up without like cleaning the junk. Like they sculpted it and then cut it and then just left it. Ugh, that's atrocious. I can't stand this sculpt personally. Again, at a distance. At a distance, it's okay. You get your single jointed elbow. It's fine for a single jointed elbow. Whatever, I guess. Ball hinge wrist. Again, ugly. This is not a good mold. They just happen to make a figure that looks good out of it somehow. Alright, for the torso, let's see. Doesn't lean back, wow. It's basically worthless. It does a little bit of adjustment posing, but that's it. Twisting is okay. The lower torso, let's see. Still really, really limited. Posability sucks in the torso. It's really just adjustment posing with a twist. Alright, for the hips, pretty good range. Not full on splits without forcing it, but not bad. And then going forward, you really have to trim that diaper to get his leg to go anywhere, or force it. Going back just a little bit, thigh swivel, basically non-existent. Double jointed knees, one of the ugliest knees in the industry. Man, oh boy, that's a bad one. Decent range, but really, really unfortunate. And then for the ankles, it's the usual overly ratcheted, overly stiff, but functional enough other than the heavy ratcheting ankles. So that's okay. Toe hinge is floppy, but not the worst thing we've seen. It's pretty decent in terms of usability, so that's okay. So his articulation, it's not the worst. Superman doesn't need to be in a lot of crazy poses by virtue of being Superman. He just kind of gets to be cool and be extra, extra strong. And you'll be able to get him in a decent enough pose and not mess with him too much that he's going to look really good. And I'm thinking you Superman fans are going to want to pick it up. So I'll give his articulation a 6. It's going to be probably good enough for Superman, but really basic posing, and he's still kind of goofy looking. But time for the final verdict. After we do a cake rating, he has... he gets a 1. There's not much to talk about there. Okay, so look at that. I love this cape. I love it. It is the best cape I've handled in a long time, and maybe ever. The wire is the perfect rigidity. The way it connects is wonderful. The material is good. That's not a good pose. Okay, I don't have time to pose it right now. I'm doing a review. I love the cape, and I think the figure has these bright colors and the metallic logo and the good head sculpt. I think it's worth picking up even though it's a butt mold. It's a really bad mold in a lot of ways, but they managed to turn it into a figure that's probably one of the better looking figures they have in their lineup if you don't get too close to it. It's a really weird release. Let me know what you guys think, but to me, this cape is selling it with the saturation and the metallic chest. I don't know how you guys feel about the metallic chest, but I like it. I like this figure. It's one of my favorite Superman figures right now, if I don't get too close to it. That is absolutely key. The silhouette is decent, but do not get close. Alright, I'm going to give it a final rating of, if you get close, like a 5. It's bad in a lot of ways. If you don't get close, like an 8. So, you know what? I'm just going to say 7. I don't know what else to do. They used so many bad parts that the good stuff can't offset it, but like I said, it really comes down to what you're looking for, and there's definitely some stuff to be found here that's really, really appealing, if you ask me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even like Superman, and I'm smitten with this figure because of the colors and the cape. There's something about it. Let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy? Am I losing it? Or is there something going on here that's really good that's just being masked or overshadowed by the bad? Weird. Let me know what you guys think. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.